Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with a Tartan Tornado in Liverpool, rolling into Liverpool, bringing the wins with him. Josh Taylor. Josh, how do you see that fight?
Yeah, a great fight. I'd love to see that one again. That was all action for the very first bell. So both ladies, take the hats off to them because that was a great fight to watch. So yeah, I'd love to see that one again.
How'd you score this one?
Do you know what? Watching it, I couldn't really split them in the end because Natasha had a good start and then Mikaela came on really strong in the end and then she finished strong as well. But the middle rounds, a lot of them were tough to score because it was so nip and tuck. So I couldn't really split them in the end, but I think maybe the early couple of rounds is what nicked it for Natasha.
You're used to atmospheres like this, raucous atmospheres like this. The word on the street is that the fight between you and Jack Catterall, the rematch, has been agreed. What is the latest with it?
No, nothing's been agreed. I saw that today on social media. I don't know where it came from, but we are in talks and we're trying to get that fight made, and that's the fight we want next.
How far along is the deal?
Well, I'm leaving that to my lawyer, and we're sort of getting somewhere now, so we should hopefully hear something in the next week. The next phone call I want to hear from my lawyer is that it's been agreed and we're ready to go.
Do you feel, having got the win the first time around, that the fight should happen again in Scotland? Well,
listen, I'll fight you anywhere really, but listen, Jack fought here his last fight and there was about 50 people in here. They had all the Scouse fighters on the undercard, then he came on and it emptied, completely emptied. So if he wants to fight in a half full arena, because I'll bring a lot of fans down, but it won't be as full as will be in Scotland. But listen, I'll fight anywhere really, but listen, if he wants to fight in a full arena, then it's got to be in Glasgow, isn't it, or Scotland.
Aside from the attendance, did you stand impressed by Catterall's performance against Linares?
Sorry?
Aside from the attendance there, were you impressed by Jack Catterall's performance against Linares?
No, not one bit. Not one bit.
One sec, Josh. Sorry, there you go. Go pick it up again.
Yeah, not one bit. The guy come over to get his final paycheck to put into his gym that he's got set up and all that. He didn't come to win, didn't come to fight. He just came to go through the rounds, and Jack couldn't do anything with him. He was just getting through the rounds and getting off target practice, but he couldn't do anything with him. So no, I wasn't impressed, not at all.
There were a lot of people that maybe would put Jack as the favourite. What would you say to those people off the back of his fights, or the back of your fights? Would you feel that's a fair assessment that maybe he might go into the fight the favourite, or do you feel that the way that the fight went the first time around, you stand the favourite with all the accomplishments that you've achieved in the ring?
I couldn't give a fuck what people think. They can think what they want, and then we'll sort it out in the ring, and then I'll say told you so after it.
Just a couple of final things for me. Just want to get your thoughts on Joshua versus Ngannou. Where do you stand on that fight?
Sorry?
Joshua versus Ngannou.
Yeah, Josh, we know what to expect with Ngannou now. Joshua, I think, knows what to expect now, so I can see Joshua sort of getting him out of there. He did well against Fury, but I also think that was a factor, the unknown, and Fury not really taking it seriously, and overlooking him, which is the worst mistake you can do. So I think there's a case of that, to be honest. I think Joshua should get him out of there, really. I think that's what will happen. I don't think it's a proper fight, and Eddie Hearn's even said it as well. He's done a 180 degrees on his views on that fight in Francis and Ngannou. So yeah, I still stand on that a little bit as well.
I might not see you until Fury Usyk happens. Just get your prediction on that fight as well. Where you hang your hat on that fight?
Sorry?
Fury Usyk.
You know what? I've changed my mind a few times. I do think that Fury is just a little bit too big, But saying that, the two of them in their last two performances weren't very great. But I do think a good big one beats a small little one. But having said that, I do think that Usyk has got all the styles and the attributes to give Fury a nightmare, in terms of stylistically. So it's an interesting fight, a very interesting fight. So, but again, I'm going to go with Fury.
Josh, pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for your Seconds Out. Looking forward to seeing you back in the ring, whoever it is against.
Yes,
appreciate it. Goodbye.